All right, today I'm going to teach you how to never get stuck in a conversation. But, before you click away, before you think, oh, here's another video on how to not get stuck in I'm going to teach you a method that you can practice on your own. You see, a lot of times when people, including me, give methods, there's really no way to practice this unless you practice with me one on one or with others in real life, which sometimes can be a little bit frustrating if it doesn't go as planned, right? But today I'm going to teach you a method you can practice on your own, which means if you master this method, you're going to be unstoppable because it is legitimately one of the best tools you can use. I use this all day long, and you can practice in the comfort of your own home. Okay? Let's begin. So, the name of this tool or method is called topic surfing. Topic surfing. But before we get into the details of the method, let's take a step back. Let's think about what conversations are. Like if you and I are having a conversation, there's really only three things that can occur from a conversational standpoint. Either you are making a statement, you are asking a question, or you are telling a story. That's it. Same if it's the other way around, it's me telling you a statement, me asking you a question, or me telling a story. At its highest, most basic level, that's what it is. Statements, questions, stories. Statements, questions, stories. And sometimes even just a shift in understanding that that's it. That can already give you a big lift in confidence in your ability to improve because you're just realizing like, wait a second, that's really what it is. That's it. It's really that simple. The problem though is that when someone says a statement or they ask you a question or they're telling a story and you're not familiar with that topic or you don't have any interest in that topic or you just are zoned out for whatever reason and you don't know how to come back into the conversation. This has happened to me before too. It's okay. Today I'm going to teach you a method that will help you to continue that conversation, irrespective of whether they've told you a statement, asked you a question, or given you a story. Okay? Let's talk about it. So let's say, for example, we're talking about, I don't know, let's say we're talking about dogs. Okay? I love dogs. Let's say you say something like, yeah, I have two dogs. And I'm kind of like, whoa, I don't even know where to go with this, right? We're role playing. Well, we are role playing right now. This is what topic surfing is. And I've mentioned this in other ways, in other tools, and other videos that I have. But basically, the idea is you pick a word from that statement, question, or story, any word you want. And instead of thinking about something in relation to that word from your past, from your memories, from your history, think about it from a future perspective. Okay, so let me give you an example, and then it'll hit home. So we're talking about dogs. I'm like, okay, I got nothing to say to this guy or girl, whoever said that. Let's just say you told me that. I will be thinking, okay, well, wait a second. Maybe a question I could ask is, I wonder what's better to this person, dogs or cats? Maybe I'll ask them, have they ever seen the movie 101 Dalmatians? Maybe I'll ask them what kind of breed their dogs are. Maybe I'll ask them, is dog food really expensive, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm not looking back in the past like, okay, let's just say I never had a dog. You're talking about dogs, right? And so I have no interest. I don't have any history. It's very easy for me to automatically be like, I got nothing in common with this guy or girl because I got no history about this subject. What topic surfing is we don't look at the past. We only look in the future. We only think about it. We think about the word, and this is the key. We think about the word from a fresh perspective. Nothing in the past. Fresh perspective. This is a big shift when it comes to topic surfing. So for example, again, you talk about dogs. I got nothing in common with that from my history. And I just gave you several examples of things that I could say to you or ask you in relation to that word, dogs, right? Let's do another example. Let's say somebody says something about NASCAR, right? Which is the speed whatever the hell you call it, the sport where you drive cars really fast. I could give a shit about. I don't care about cars. So I would have nothing to talk about with somebody that talks about NASCAR. Nothing. That's in the past, right? I got no history with cars. I don't care to research, read, watch. It doesn't interest me at all. But I do know that NASCAR is a sport that involves cars. Cars use gas. I wonder how expensive those cars are. It is a sport. It is a activity a lot of people go to. So it's a community activity, right? So these are all future topics from a fresher perspective. I'm not automatically assessing what somebody says and thinking, okay, well, let me go look at my memory bank and my history bank and see, do I have any practical one-on-one experience? No. But that's the foolish way of doing it. If you automatically think, well, I've never done X, or I've never tasted Y, or I don't have any experience with Z, therefore I am out of this conversation, I got nothing to add, that's a huge mistake, and you are bringing yourself down. Topic surfing is looking at the word from a new perspective, a fresh perspective. Again, we talked about this. Conversations, they're really simple. They're broken. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give you, for many of you, I know this is difficult. So believe me, I understand. I'm trying to break it down in a simpler way for you to process it. So again, we know that conversations are stories, statements, and questions. So start with that. Go into a conversation with that alone. Then, with this method, topic surfing, you just don't rely on the history and you think of topics in relation to this word from a fresh perspective. Now, here's where the magic kicks in with this method. Here's what I would do actually if I were you, now that I'm thinking this through. If you like to listen to podcasts, music, or watch TV, either of those three, next time you're doing one of those activities, as soon as you're ready to practice topic surfing, as soon as you hear a sentence, a story, a question, a statement from either of those, the podcast, the movie, the music, actually forget about music. Let's just do podcast or movies. Yes, podcasts or movies. Just one of those, okay? Correction on that. Hit pause on your remote, hit pause on your phone, on your computer, and whatever the hell that person said or asked or whatever, you hit pause and you think, if I was in this conversation with this person, what fresh topics could I bring up from this last sentence or question that they said? So for example, if I'm listening to a podcast and the guy's like, I don't know, I'm just making something up. Yeah, I really recommend you should have 50 grams of protein powder per day. Let's just say, right? And I don't know anything about protein powder, right? So if I were you, and I've never worked out and I don't know anything about protein powder, I would just hit pause and think, okay, protein powder, that has to do with muscles, that has to do with working out, that has to do with fitness, that has to do with looking better, that has to do with losing weight, that has to do with building muscle, bop, 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 bop. And all you're doing that, you're just doing it in your mind. I'm telling it to you, but for you, you just hit pause and you just think, okay, boom, 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 boom. You just start naming them in your mind. What are the topics that I could surf to from that word that I've chosen? And the beauty of this method, which is very similar to other methods that I've shown, you choose which word, and it doesn't matter if you have any history about it. You start looking at it from a fresh perspective, from a curious perspective. And again, the beauty of this is you don't need to do this with anybody. You could just listen to a podcast, hit pause at a random time. How would I continue this conversation? What topics would I surf to? And after a while, when you do this, you naturally become better. That's obvious. And then in conversations with people, you're not going to hesitate anymore because you're going to quickly get better at knowing, well, I know how to take the conversation there or here or anywhere, right? And because you've practiced this on your own, nobody sees it. It's fully, it's in private. No one's going to see you. You're going to come across as a lot more charismatic, and they would have never known that you practiced this by yourself, in the car, in your room, at work, whatever. You just hit pause. How would I continue this conversation? What would I do? Again, if I were you, I'd really lock in on podcasts because it's a conversation, obviously. When one speaker stops, pause. What would I say? Hit play, let it run. Randomly at another time, pause. What would I say? That's it. You master this, there's no reason for you to ever have a conversation fall flat or get stuck or feeling paralyzed, because in the back of your mind, as you're digesting what whoever's in front of you that's talking to you, you're already topic surfing. You're already just, okay, I can go here, right here. And what does that do? That brings down your anxiety. That gives you peace of mind. That gives you confidence. And then all of a sudden, to the other person, you come off way more chill, way more easygoing. No stress, no social anxiety, pure connection. Pure this, which is what you want. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this topic helpful, topic surfing, do me a favor, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have tried a similar method to this. I'm always curious to see what other people have done. I'm an avid learner myself, so I'm always curious if someone has tried something else that I've never heard of. So let me know in the comments as well. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Payam. I talk about communication, confidence, and charisma. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.